Hi, I'm Kevin Hill, and today we're going to do another fun painting. So let's get started. We'll start off today with a little bit of black and blue on the 2-inch brush. And maybe right in this area. Let's go ahead and just block in a small patch of sky. Now today I think we're going to do, let's do a beautiful stormy sky. Something with a ton of little clouds. So we just want a little patch of blue right here. All right, maybe a little bit over here. Now with a little bit of black, blue, white, touch of brown and red, and that just kind of gives it a nice gray cast. Let's go right up here and drop in some beautiful storm clouds. I think today we're gonna have just a nice little stormy sky. Not too much of this blue is gonna be left over. There we go, look at that. See, I'm just brushing it right in. You could use a filbert brush, but these clouds are kind of, well, they're a little bit more loose and they got softer, more fuzzy edges today than some of the other clouds we paint. So the 2-inch brush seems to fit the job a little better. There we go. This is nice. And of course, you don't want to just do that same old gray color all the way across, so throw some white in there. Throw some beautiful, beautiful things like this. Kind of float around. There. The sky is nice and loose. Ton of fun to paint. Now with a little bit of yellow, red, and white, I just want to fill in this little sky area with this color. Now what this is going to do is make it look like the sun is over here somewhere, maybe starting to get close to setting. There. Kind of pick out a couple of areas just to drop this in. Now with our filbert brush, let's just scrub in a basic little mountain back here. See, I'm just layering down a little bit of paint, not too much. All right, it's almost lost there in the clouds. And isn't that a nice sky? That reminds me of the sky I saw this morning. I looked out the window and there was the mountain and the sky was a lot like that. Beautiful big fluffy clouds, looks like it was about to rain. Oh, it was just nice. So it's fun to be able to do a sky that's very similar. I just changed to the big brush here and I'm just blending it, making it nice and soft. There. Don't worry about anything over here because we have a big old tree. All right. Now we'll tap a filbert brush right through a little bit of black, blue, touch of green, and of course some white to lighten it up. And I think right in here somewhere, I want some rolling foothills that are kind of covered with trees. Now I'm gonna kind of just brush in some color in this spot. There. And then as it comes forward, I can tap a little bit more. And I do like to tap and kind of give it a swish to one side, because that fuzzes and blurs the edges out automatically. All right. Now we'll tap a filbert brush right through some brown, black, and touch of green. And let's do some beautiful trees up here, a little closer to the foreground. There. And most of this will kind of get covered up anyways, but a little bit of it might show through, especially, I think, right in that area. So we'll just sort of tap these right in, getting all sorts of beautiful different shapes. Now, I do want to let you know what I've been up to recently. This week I've been doing some tests for live videos, and it's actually quite exciting. It worked pretty well. So I'm still working out some of the details as far as the technical side goes, but it's going to be probably up and running in the next couple weeks, the next week or two. And we'll be able to all jump online at the same time, and I'll do a painting live, and you can comment. There's a little comment section, and I can look at the comments, and we can kind of interact a little better that way. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to have a link to my email list below. Go ahead and sign up for that, because that's the way I'll let you know when I'm having these live painting demos. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited. Now with our filbert brush, let's just scrub in a little bit of a background meadow. And as you can see, I've done a little bit of sketching, a little bit of brown and white. This is a big old tree that might be part of the feature of this painting. A little tree on that side, a larger tree on that side maybe, and this one kind of stops right in there somewhere. And then possibly we'll do a fence running along the road. We'll see. We're not really locked in here, so if we want to change our mind later, we absolutely can do that. Now with our filbert brush and a nice soft little green color, we'll just tap it right into the paint. And with this, let's go ahead and begin just shaping a couple of highlights out here. We don't want too many highlights, just enough to sort of show the sunlight. And of course the sun's somewhere over here and shining across like this. All right, not too much. We still want it to look like a beautiful little stormy day. There. You can vary the colors. You're not stuck to that same color. All right. Now with our filbert brush and a little bit of brown, white, and red, let's just scrub in our little path down here, or the little road. There. Now you can add a little touch of blue to it and watch what happens. Scrub a little bit of blue into it and it just turns it a soft purple gray, because the blue and the red in there, it'll do that. All right. And this is just the underpainting, so keep it reasonably dark. Now with our filbert brush and a beautiful soft yellow golden color, let's go ahead and just drop on some highlight here to a few bushes and little smudges of color. That's really about all they are right now. I have a couple of smudges of green on the canvas, and this is where you turn them into bushes and make them look so beautiful and detailed, very realistic, and you can do all sorts of nice shapes in here. All sorts of random things. They look so natural. All right. A little more of the pure yellow, but very sparingly. So you can just hit the outsides with just the pure yellow and it gives a little sparkle. Now with our filbert brush and some red, brown, touch of yellow, and green, let's just brush on here a bit of a little leaf structure. This is going to be a nice tree. Now with a beautiful soft green color, let's go ahead and just smudge in a tree right up here. See, I'm holding the brush at the back and just dabbing these little leaves in. I want it to be very loose and open. Now with our 1-inch brush and a beautiful soft red color, I want to add another tree right over here. See, I'm just tapping leaves on, kind of randomly. There, didn't take too many. You could use the filbert brush if you want to, or this little 1-inch brush. And I went ahead and textured that tree with the 1-inch brush when I was done. I just felt like it needed a little finer detail. All right. Don't cover up that beautiful sky though. That's why I'm being so careful here. I'm really taking my time, making sure I like where these leaves are going. Now with our filbert brush, I'll just dab on some beautiful highlights up here to the tree. Now we're going to do something a little tiny bit different here. I'm going to put on the highlights. This is kind of standard, but what I'm going to do is set that brush down and pick up the liner brush and just run it right through a little bit of white paint. No thinning this down. Keep it very thick on there, and you can just dab. And you see, create beautiful little suggestion of different kind of leaves. Just a different way to do it. And I like it. Gives it a little extra detail and just something fun and different. So This is too slow, so you don't want to do it the whole time. So change back and forth between the filbert and the liner brush. But this is just a really fun little technique. There. Save a lot of the dark. Don't cover the whole tree up with this white and red. Now with our filbert brush, we'll just tap on some beautiful leaves, very similar to the technique we used up there. I'm using a little bit of yellow and green. And this way we get to shape this beautiful tree up here. Leave a lot of dark areas showing through. And you can also kind of have the trees touching or growing together there. You don't want to have like a seam in between each tree. They should be overlapping and touching. Look very natural. Now with our fan brush, we'll just drop in a few beautiful grassy areas right in this lower corner. And there. You see, we want to leave a lot of the dark shadows still peeking through. Right. We'll probably put some rocks in here, so we're not too concerned about the grass. Now the next thing we want to do here is brush on some beautiful highlights to this path or road. See, I'm just have the filbert brush and a little bit of white, touch of brown, touch of yellow, and I'm just sweeping it. There. See, you're creating this path. Now I'm going to go ahead and just do the whole thing like this, starting on the right and swishing over to the left. Because the sun's coming across here, these bushes are going to block some of the light. So you see that? Probably shouldn't be there. We'll fix that in a second. So start on the right and brush to the left. Allow the canvas to show through, the texture of the canvas. So this is a very light touch. If you push too hard, it'll all just mix together with the wet paint. And you can bring this out a little further here. Now in this area, I'm going to wipe the brush off. I'm going to show you what we can do. I want to make a shadow of the tree here, right through the road. This is going to be very interesting. Take it right across. Now with our filbert brush, let's just drop in a beautiful little fence here. I did very, very faint lines with this brown and black mixture, just to sort of give me a nice little guideline. It's easier to get rid of a small line than it is a big line. There. All right, well, I think we're done. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Don't forget to check out my website, my DVDs, and also my brush line. And thanks for watching.